Hey, Dolly. The party's over. Hey, baby. I got this tent like that's it's rated for over 100-mile-an-hour winds. Four-person tent. I wish I had it set up right now. I could be in my tent. Right on, Dolly. Hey, Lisa. Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes it looks like people are on, but the chat's stuck. The last comment was from Mary. Yeah, yep. What party is right? Hey, sassy morning. No, I love this weather, Samantha. I'm glad. Hey, white boy. Hey, Marnie. These people rented a party tent and everything. They packed it up and left. They must have. Maybe it's supposed to rain all day. I don't know. The Daisy's partying. Hey, hon. Hey, base metal. Yeah, I do too, Okie. I can't even tell you the last day I remember a rain like this. Daisy hauls ass. Daisy, you were hauling ass, hon, just like Dad asked you to. Good girl. Yeah, girl. Hey, Tiffany. Daisy hauled ass. No, same here, Okie. Yeah. Sunny, good for you, Samantha. I like stouts, which in the craft beer places seem to cater towards ales. Basically, I stick to Dragon's Milk, and occasionally I'll find another one that's never as good. Yeah, I like the rain. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I like the sound of it too. Yeah, they got 9 inches of rain in 24 hours up in Traverse City the other day. And that's a shit ton of rain. Yeah, I like sleeping into it. Yeah, I like dark beers. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Detroit's actually very low, and I'll bet you money if you went on the internet now, you would find here's some heavy thunder. You would find some flooding there right now. No, I didn't even try, John. Nope. I kind of stayed up late, slept in, went and got a coffee, uh, and decided to go out here to get some of the planes landing where you can get the vapor trails coming off the wingtips. Then I came out here, but this is a perfect day to me. Only thing I don't have is some of my new books and magazines, which would be just absolutely perfect. Oh, really, Ox? That's good. That's good beer. No, it's not anymore. Probably 73. Hey, Davey. No, I never mess with the ales. Hey, old school. Yeah, well, I am going to go to Detroit later. Yeah. Well, good luck with that, Davey. Yeah, it's called Ray's Blues and Brews. Absolutely fantastic. You know, their brisket was so good. I had it a couple months ago because they were out of ribs, and it was so good I got brisket instead of ribs the next time. Ray's Blues and Brews. Blues and Brews, something like that. Hey, George. Excellent barbecue. That's really one of my top barbecue places. That and Satchel's in Ann Arbor. I think I like it a little better. Maybe that's my number one barbecue place. All right, having a little nappy. Stones. I didn't like any of the Beatles songs. Never been a Beatles fan. Yeah, finally got some rain. Had it earlier this morning too. Yep. I'm under a red maple tree. I bet it is 6 Mile. Yeah, I don't even want to look. That's actually part of the reason why I didn't go to Detroit today. I knew when I heard that rain this morning before I left that Delray's flooded, 96 is flooded, Verner Highway's flooded. Yeah, I never cared for the Beatles. No, none of it. I wouldn't have walked across the street to see them. And honestly, I don't know that I'd go to a Stones concert. I mean, I like them, but I don't love them. I like the Who. Yeah. Oh, really? Hey, Jules. Yeah, I had tickets to the Who one time at the Pontiac Silverdome. Had to work some bullshit job, so I had to give them to a buddy of mine. Oh, Inkster, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that, Davey. Yeah, no, it's excellent barbecue there. It is. The service is a little shoddy, uh, but so what? It's good. It's really good. Plus, you get to sit down there along the Asabo if you want. I mean, on those outdoor tables. I love that place. No, I don't. I'm not that big of a music nut. And it seems like the older I get, the less I listen to it. I never listen to music while I'm driving down the road. It seems like once MTV came out, and then I used to watch that like 10 hours straight. I love those videos. And now I'll go on YouTube and I'll watch live performances. But I like watching, you know, it on YouTube better than listening to it driving. Oh, Pink Floyd. Yeah, I had tickets. I could have had tickets to that. They played at Olympia Stadium. At the time, I was thinking it was just a bunch of druggies, so I skipped it. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, MTV was great in its prime. Yeah. My sister just got that first McDonald's she had, and I was coming up there as a young guy with girlfriends, and she was always taking off trips, so I'd have that whole house to myself. We just drink wine and beer and watch MTV. So great. Brand new, like, dating, you know, right when you're in like the super exciting part. Shit. I wish I could get 1% that excited about anything now. No kidding, Wee Beast. Wow. Oh, thank you, Nita. Yeah, I love the 80s music. We were lucky to experience that, Frank. And then sometimes I wonder if it's just getting old. You know, everybody thinks that the music during their 20s was great. I just think that's successive generations. And it's just what happens as you get older. Yeah, I heard that about Little Richard one time, yeah. Hey, Russian chick, how you doing? Yeah, rain's really great. Rain yesterday a while too. Looks like it's over though. The party's over. They should have kept their party tent up. Find it odd that you'd be taking a party. Nobody's here now. They all left over a little rain. All you got to do is go on your phone, and maybe they were looking for a way out. Maybe it was some bullshit company party they didn't want to go to. But I think it'd been cool hanging out underneath that thing. that tent, unless there was lightning. Oh, weren't those the days, baby love? Debbie, right now, honestly, I got too much stuff. If you do, just could you do it in a food card or a PayPal? Because I'm loaded with like a whole house full of stuff when I go back, and I still have stuff back here that I haven't been able to give out, and I've been here almost a month. You know, people, want to see their stuff handed out, which I don't blame them. But depending on what's there when I get home, I don't want to be handing your things out in October. Shit, I don't know. I don't listen to radio stations anymore. Hey, repent. Daisy, it's time to party, hon. Nice and cool out. Bet it's only about 70. This is perfect. Clear skies. And you can't keep tents overnight here, I don't think. So they must have just set that up this morning. Rosa Parks Boulevard, Michigan Avenue. Who would that be? I go by there all the time. Although usually I cut down to Fort between Michigan. I don't wait all the way to Rosa Parks. Party's over. See, the purple martins are out eating bugs. Yeah, I usually just play that epidemic sound music, so I don't get nailed with a copyright strike. All right, Carrie. You have a good day. Come out with a hit song, top 40. Yeah, this is nice. Daisy, you should be up here with your head hanging out the window, hon. Yeah, 88's, yeah. Russian chick, what? I forget what city you live in. There's a killdeer flying around. I think Daisy shot her wad running. Back there sleeping. Sleep away, hon. Sleep away, girl. Yeah, actually, I have a professional Bigfoot suit, and I run across the Expressway once a year. I'll video record it for you this year. Yeah, I love Natalie that song. I don't like many of her other songs, but I like that one. Really genius lyrics, if you ask me. Oh, really? She's kind of a strange person if you ever listen to her interviewed. I'd like to drink some dragon's milk with her. You listen to you read the lyrics and you listen to the song and you just, it really doesn't get much action. But I don't really consider success based on views or popularity, and that song's a perfect example. If you just listen to some of this bullshit that's out there that gets these crazy views and attention, and then you listen to something like that, or Janice Ian's It's 17, and it's just like, wow. If I saw 1 billion views, it would make sense. You can tell you're getting older, where all the top bands when you were younger anymore. Dragon's Milk is beer aged in bourbon barrels. It's a stout It's 11% alcohol. I usually drink one, sometimes two. If I'm having a good time, three. And four, and I'll regret it. You too, Ray. Chuck Berry was a total asshole, though. Little Richard seemed cool. Plus, he liked watching women urinate. He got busted for that when he owned that restaurant, drilling peepholes in the bathrooms. Oh, really, Jenna? I always think of Jenna Jameson. I don't think you can get that dragon's milk that far out of Michigan. I could be wrong. That's true. You're not kidding. It helps, doesn't it? Shit, I bet if there wasn't alcohol around, there'd be a lot less people. It sure moves things like your inhibitions. Oh, seriously, that's interesting. She is. I was unaware of that. I'll tell you on the same note, I don't know why I thought of this, but Charo, that old big-titted, she always played the bimbo on the Love Boat. She is actually a world-class guitarist. Look up Charo on YouTube. It'll blow your mind. Just shreds a guitar. She actually gets $100 a ticket to play places. Yeah, I like Stevie Nicks. Yeah, I do. Yeah, Steve Perry really was an ass-kicker rock star. He kind of reminds me of, I mean, everybody ages and you look different. You know, he went from like a cool-looking rock star. He kind of reminds me of a used furniture salesman now. Those guys. You know, if you're Gordon Lightfoot, you can kind of mumble. Said he was the cheapest son of a bitch that ever lived. So I met his brother playing machine in Tunica, Mississippi. The Thunderbirds guy, hell of a nice guy. But, you know, there's a famous comedian that said the worst day in his life is the blues concert. And I kind of agree with that. I'm not a Bob Seger fan. Yeah, Jimmy Vaughn, yeah, yep. I met Keith Urban down there at the same time. He's about 4 feet tall. And it looks like he's got hair like Chucky, the murdering doll. His hair looks like that. I believe that, Okie. Yep. It's as good a time as any. Oh, really? I like it. I drank 2 last night. Dragon's milk. It's worth it. Yeah, I'd say I'm sleeping pretty good. Yeah, yep. You know, I went and bought some Claritin 12-hour D, and I also bought that nose spray. So I don't know if that's what's making me feel better. But I should have got on that earlier. You know, you'd think after getting allergies your whole life that you'd realize the warning signs and take appropriate action. I just kind of like been not doing shit because of allergies, and I thought, you know, I need to buy this shit. But why I didn't do it earlier, I don't know. It's the same thing every time of this year. You know, it's just that histamine reaction. You don't feel like doing anything. But today I feel like $1,000,000. And it's because of the nasal spray and the Claritin 12-hour D. I didn't take any Benadryl last night. I don't like that long half-life. Hey, what's this cop doing down here? There's two of them. Am I getting swatted again? I'm waiting for me to come out so they can get me on a public road. Let's see. Oh, it's Huron Township. Yeah, these are the big speed catchers. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Hey, if you live in Michigan, get your Lotto 47. That's up to 15 million something now. Drawings tomorrow. Yeah, I guarantee you Detroit's flooded. I'm never down here at this time. Not used to seeing these cars parked all over here. Remind me to back straight up so I don't clip that curb. Hey, Patty. I don't think they are in Dragon's Milk. I think it's actually could be more than that. But you're right, I'm suspicious of the alcohol content in some of those beers, you're right. Hey, Danny. Hey, Sharon. Hey, where did you see any of the writing from Jenna Jameson? And how do you know that she wrote it and it's not somebody else? And what is it about and where can I find it? She's actually smart, you know, she licensed her name and that's where the big bucks comes from. Oh, really, Lisa? Huh? Yeah, you're right, Heretical. Yeah. Wine doesn't do that, but beer does. I'm gonna go in here and get some Magnum rubbers. Burger King. The Whopper. Oh, do you really? I didn't even know you could get that. Oh, she is baby too. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a place up in Bay City that has a lot of beer like that. Yeah, I'm not big on Whoppers. How you doing, Sassy? The Whopper. Takes two hands to handle a Whopper. Yeah, I get extra onion. Yeah, I do. I get the junior Whopper though. I don't think they're that great. Magnum rubbers. Anybody that says what's a Magnum rubber, you've already spelled out a lot about your dating history. I think it'd be too much, to be honest with you. You know, I'd have to dole it out slowly. I did that with margarita and $180. It took forever. I wouldn't recommend it. Water balloons. Oh, that's a good idea. That's cool. Whoppers. Yeah, that's what I get, extra onions. Yeah, go ahead and email it to me. This is 9 inches. TomReed1956 at gmail.com. Yeah, White Claw, I read on that. That's popular. Send it to PayPal as a friend. THMRD at AOL.com. Send it as a friend or they take out fees. And let me know where you want it to go. Yeah, I find when people give me money and tell me to use my discretion, that I hang on to it forever because I never make sure I'm never comfortable that it's the right person. Yeah. Leo D. You want a good hamburger or cheeseburger, get a Culver's. There's a really cute clerk in here, kind of a plain Jane. She reminds me of Olive Oil, and she's always so friendly. Just a sweet young girl. I think I can do it because I'm a nut job myself. I think I'm pretty thick-skinned. You know, it takes a certain personality to do this. I mean, I think I'm a perfect fit for what I do, to be honest with you. Not all in a good way, but I think you got to have a screw loose to do this as much as I do for as long as I've done, compared to the average person. But I'm fine with it. Windy Torrance. Love that. Hey, Anna. Five Guys. Nah, I don't really like those. It sounds intimidating. You know you'd like it. You know, I wish I could answer you on why videos go viral. I can't. I can't tell you. I don't know any more now than I did when the first video I had went viral. I think it's just an, if I had to guess, I think it's connected to so many views in a short time period, so many comments in a short time period, thumbs up, thumbs down. And once that gets canned into the recommended list, you're home free. Everybody thinks that it's because of the look that a person has. There's just no way of predicting it. I mean, there's not. I don't know why, to be honest with you. I'd just be pulling stuff out of my ass. If you offered me 10 grand to come up with a viral video tomorrow, I couldn't do it. Really, the more videos I have that turn into a lot of views, the more mystified I am as to how this happens, because there's no formula for predicting it. I'll give you an example, like the redheaded girl, Ginger. Her photos are getting a disproportionate amount of activity compared to other women, when her interview didn't. So I just don't know. I'd just be making up bullshit. Hey, Diana. Yeah, Melissa, I know how you feel about that. Yep. Yep. It's true, Alex. Yeah. She said she had a question. Yeah, let me know, Patty. I'm all ears. Yeah, I would like to know of a way. I really would, but you know, I'm not trained in any of that stuff, but in a way I think that's an advantage. Because if I was a social worker, they'd probably would have taken my license by now. Just because of crazy complaints and I don't know what I'm doing. And, you know, they didn't do shit either, so I think I should at least get an opportunity to try. I'm not claiming I'm saving the world. I never went down there with an objective to like do anything. Just more of like, how'd you get here? How come you can't leave? Oh, they're doing Ron and his wife, yeah. Christy. Jennifer, actually, I think they do pretty well. I mean, people have this idea, this cookie cutter image of what a family should be like, and they base their perceptions off that, and it's sometimes faulty. Because if you saw behind, closed doors, you'd realize the dad's, watching kiddie porn, the mother's banging her boss, and the kids never study. They drink energy drinks all night and then go to school. Ron and his wife seem to, in a way, have it better than a lot of these typical bullshit examples we're force-fed. Obviously somebody that's into organization isn't going to think much of them, but so what? It's their life. I don't think it's as bad as it looks. But I could be wrong. You like Whoppers, huh, Okie? Atta girl. Oh, that's cool, Diana. Yeah, well, I was always kind of into photography. Like the kind of things that I upload. And I would be down there all the time, and I noticed how kind the working girls were to stray animals, cats, dogs, throwing bread out to the birds in the winter, and then I'd watch them hop in a car with a John. And it always just, to me, was remarkable. I mean, here they're blowing 10 guys a day and have the wherewithal to notice an animal that's hungry when they themselves are homeless. And I thought, this is interesting. So at the time, that's before the newspapers went to shit. I would buy the Free Press and the News every day. I'd get a coffee, and I'd go down to the Detroit River and read the papers, and then I would run into these women getting coffee. I wouldn't say I got to know them, but they knew me and I knew them just from seeing them. There were only a couple gas stations that were open down there. I thought one day, maybe YouTube came out, and I was kind of sick of doing photography, and I thought maybe I could just start doing video. Like my first videos were a $200 brand new camera. It was a total piece of shit. And then I just asked him one day, hey, how would you like an interview? And I got lucky. And believe me, those interviews sat around for a long time with nobody watching, for years. And then one guy took the penny video and put it on Reddit. And that was kind of like the beginning of, again, I'm reluctant to like admit to anything's different now than it was then, other than more people watch, which is cool, kindred spirits. But that wasn't my goal, and I don't really push that. It's kind of embarrassing a little bit now. Yeah, Butterburger for sure. Hey, Shonda. So I got lucky, man. I like doing this, and my expenses are getting paid now, which had never happened, which is way more than I ever expected. Which is why I discourage people sending me money for gas and whatever. They don't need to do that. It's nice of you to do, but I'm fine. I think it's humbling, Justin. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Jelly Bean. I mean, there's lots of people. Yeah, it's P.O. Box 41, and that's West Branch, 2 words, Michigan, 48661. I mean, my whole damn life revolves around YouTube, which I'm fine with. I'd have no social life without it. Which I was fine with before, but now that there's people that like what I like, well, I like having a social life. But up until then, I just didn't have much in common with most people. Hey, Candy. Yeah, well, like I say, I can afford to be honest. I still lie about stuff, but it's not with any bad intentions. If some lady that was super ugly came up to me and said, "Do you think I'm ugly in my bikini?" I would say no, and that's a lie. Now, if I'm trying to fuck you on your ATM card or make some false statements to get PayPal donations, that's fucked up. But I lie under the right circumstances. I say things that I don't mean. I'm not into hurting people's feelings or, you know, I'll lie my ass off to make somebody feel good, and I'm fine with it. It's the intent behind the lie that I think I toe the line with. Well, Jetson, I think I'm similar to them in the sense that they can afford to tell the truth. They're not going to get fucked out of a job. Their boyfriend isn't going to leave them. They can afford to tell the truth, which I think is one of the things that attracts me to this hobby. You're not going to get that honesty from Dr. Phil. He's a fucking fraud. Oprah will bullshit you blind. All these other fuckers on TV telling lies with sponsors and commercials. I can be totally 100% truthful, other than what I just explained. And you can tell it on the chat. People come on here, start talking shit, I block them. They mean to the girls, I ban them. They say something I don't like, they're gone. It's a private channel. I have usually you're stuck living to some neighbor you got to pretend like you like. Or you're working at some job with a coworker you can't stand, but you know you'll get fired if you get in their ass. Where with this YouTube channel, especially now, I'm not trying to build a channel. I'm not trying to get more subscribers, so I can be a transparent, honest, and say, fuck them. It's so great, man. That's the only advantage I can think of with getting more subscribers and more views. I can say, fuck them. I can ignore Debbie's weird, poorly written emails. I can totally diss that fucking kook in Las Vegas. I can tell that old ugly bag in Prince Edward Island to get fucked. It's such a good position to be in. I mean, in another life, Ollie could be my boss and I'd have to flirt with that nasty bitch under the influence of alcohol at a company party because that's the way it would be. Or I can tell that old troll to get fucked now and feel good about it. Such a good feeling. Fucking A. This is so great. That bitch was my neighbor. I'd have to be letting her dog out and shit while she was at work, acting like I gave a fuck. Isn't that the truth, LA? I mean, no shit. That's it, wee beast. Russian chick. Hey, Michelle. Just fucking around. Getting ready to go in here and buy some Magnum rubbers. Hey, Joanne. How you doing? Hey, Diane. Yeah, believe me, it's hard to do in this day and age. I tell like it is. Yeah, brutal honesty. I mean, you could also argue that I lack tact and aplomb sometimes, which I probably do. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'll give you an example. Like in the small town I live in, I don't like the postmaster. She's a bitch. She's a moody. She shouldn't have that job, but I like the people that work there. So I have to bite my tongue sometime when she's in there. I mean, I'd tell her off in a fucking heartbeat. As far as I'm concerned, she's a public servant, but the employees I really like. Oh, thank you, Hedgie Mum. Yeah, I mean, people do comment on my voice, and honestly, I'm telling you, it's more of a problem than it is anything else because I'm an old guy now, right? And I talk to these women sometimes through the phone or whatever, and they want to meet me, and I'm always dreading it because I know I'm not going to look like what I sound like. So it's really kind of a fucking pain in the ass. I'd rather sound like P.V. Herman, and then I could only get better when I met him in person rather than the way it is now. It's a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, people say I sound like David Letterman. I don't think that I do, but other people do. Yeah, a lot of people say that. Oh, Jen, I do not. I mean, I don't think I've never been a good-looking guy. I know this. You know, you figure out through life, as a young person, like where you fit in this whole uh, rat race. I mean, I never had any problems with girlfriends or stuff like that, but it wasn't because of the way I looked. It was, I don't know why really. Well, I'm buying Magnon rubbers. What's that tell you? They say size doesn't matter. That's a lie. Well, actually, I would like to have an internet radio station. I checked into the podcast, just too much technical bullshit. I mean, I don't want to be fucking around for 2 hours before I say word one. I like this run and gun, half-assed. Even the same way my photos are. If I waited for the perfect photo opportunity to occur, I'd never take one. And I have friends of mine like that. I got a buddy that's a filmmaker, and he never gets anything done because it's never, where me, I don't give a fuck. Third of my pictures, I'm not even looking through the camera. I'm just holding the button down as I'm driving over the Bruges Bridge. And I'm kind of like that with everything, just run and gun, half-assed. Like here, when this thing dies out, charge your battery and do it again later. I don't need a sound engineer and a fucking $3,000 microphone, this goddamn thing that hangs from the ceiling that I talked in. Looks like a praying mantis. I want to just like keep it simple. The reason that I would consider an internet radio station is so you could hear the other side. This typing shit sucks. I mean, not for me, for you. Yeah, and let me tell you too, like I said a million times, this isn't reality. If these women that are friendly or they think I'm a cool guy because of my YouTube channel, if I met them under any other circumstance, they wouldn't have a thing to do with me. They just think there's some old guy in here buying a coffee and a beef jerky for his dog. So I know this isn't real. It's not like, and I'm aware of that, which I'm thankful for. I realize I'm just an old guy. My two secrets to my success are plenty of time, and I didn't have anything else to do. Who is Bill? I didn't even see him on here. Bye, Bill, you loser. See you, Bill. Bye-bye, Billy. Thanks for getting rid of him. What do you call me, a faggot or something? No, my wife does, she does live with her boyfriend in Florida, that's true, but his dick's not bigger than mine. That's one thing I want to get absolutely clear. I've asked her about it. Quit lying, Bill. I kicked you off because you were lying. Not because of what you said. I could live with it. I hope he gives it to her every night. Yeah, Bill's lying. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I hope she gets a good pounding every night. I really do. That shows you what age has done to you. I was the most jealous motherfucker that ever lived when I was young. I'd want to go and kick the asses of boyfriends they were dating before I even knew them. That's how crazy it was. Just nuts. Now, no problem. Yeah, he is. I'll tell you one thing, though. These jokes about your wife fucking the gardener aren't so funny anymore. Bye, Tim. No, that's all right, Travis. We're covered on the money, you know. Yeah, boy, it's really a lot different when you get older. I can remember being just a young guy, and I remember thinking when people their spouse died or they got divorced, why they just weren't like just knocking out as much ass as they could get. And then as you age, you figure that out. I mean, I'm there now. I'd rather watch birds and fucking take it pictures of abandoned factories. Oh, that's cool, Alex. Yeah. Hey, Melodic, how you doing? Yeah, I don't give a fuck about it. Oh, it comes. Yeah, you'll get better about certain things that come with age. I think so. I mean, it's not all bad. Like I've said before, I think it's all hormone based. I mean, whether you're a butterfly, a deer in rut, an elephant wanting to, it's no different in nature than it is with human beings. I've said this a million times, and at the cost of repeating myself, if you think the young fertile doe during breeding season for white-tailed deer is looking for a buck with a busted off antler and balls dragging the ground, you're wrong. She wants that ass kicking buck that's kicking everybody's ass with that big giant rack that's jumping over 8-foot fences like it ain't shit. It's the same thing. You get what you can get. And when you're older, you think different. That's why I think that 50-year wedding anniversaries are amazing in the sense that you could put up with anybody for that long, considering all the change that occurs from the beginning to the end. I mean, you could actually, in a 50-year period, go from banging your girlfriend 10 times a day to not bagging her in the last 10 years when you're at the end of those 50 years, but yet you're still together. I know sex isn't everything, but it's interesting how you could, you know, happiness at the end of the rainbow. It's true, Michelle. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think it's free. It's free, but it isn't all. You miss out on some of those really fun days. You know, it is, Jets, and I would agree with that. It's kind of a marathon. Yeah, you know. Yeah, it happens. I think if you look at stats, though, they're changing. Yeah, it's right, Terry. It's true. 48. Yeah. 59 years. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I used to like think, well, that's great, but until you know the intricacies of, when somebody gets divorced or they have an affair, you don't really know what's going on with people until you live with them. Oh, God. You've been drinking again, had you, Mom? Yeah, that's right, Roger. I mean, for what was fun when you were younger that isn't fun when you're older, I think things uh, improve in many ways. You appreciate things differently. Yeah, I mean, that's great. I appreciate it, but it wouldn't matter to me. If I look 95, nothing would change. It doesn't matter really to me. I mean, I guess people like that, looking younger than they are. I don't care. I mean, I was thinking the other day, like, at this age now, all the shit that I didn't do when I was younger, like eat a lot of red meat and drink a lot, smoke and all that shit, I didn't do things because I wanted to live to the age I'm at now. And now that I'm this old, I don't care about that shit as much as I used to because I'm here. You know what I mean? What do I got? Like maybe 10 or 15 years left. So I got to where I quit. I didn't do a bunch of shit to get to this age. And now I'm at this age, I don't need to do it anymore. I still floss my teeth and I have a water pick and brush my teeth before I go to bed. But all that crazy shit you do to live to an older age, I'm here already. And it's really kind of a relief. I mean, like take your skin as an example and sun protection. I mean, is there that much difference at 64 between a guy that never saw the sun and one that was in it all the time? Not really. I mean, when somebody says you have nice skin for 65, who gives a fuck? I mean, nothing's worth jumping over all these mythical hurdles any longer. I got here. So you can argue that the things that I didn't do to make it to this age paid off. Well, now that I'm here, I drop my guard. Yeah. Right. You know, I'm home for. Yeah, it's true, Joanne. Yeah. I think the one thing I'm really lucky with, and that is like lonely isn't. I never get lonely. I think that could really rope you into getting into a relationship you didn't want to be in. But I don't get lonely. I'm like I don't. And another weird thing, I don't care that people care for me. I don't give a shit. If I ended up going in the hospital and they said you weren't getting out, I'd probably wouldn't even allow visitors. I wouldn't give a fuck. See if I could log on to Pornhub, jack off for a couple of weeks before I died. But I wouldn't want people coming in and crying and bringing me a fucking box of chocolates and I'd try and eke out 3 or 4 more blowjobs on my deathbed and then consider that my life would have been fulfilled. I'd try and maybe sell my condo and see if I could offer one of the nurses' aides 25 grand for some head before it was lights out, because at that point I'm not going to need money any longer. I mean, I'd like to donate it to bird seed and animal shelters, but that'd be my way of going out. I hope it works out that way. Yeah, upsetting me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be great. I wish they could like give me, if they said, well, you got about 3 weeks to live, and it's like, well, I'm still be able to get a hard on. It's like, well, there are medications, but they're experimental and they're 10 grand. It's like, here's 10 grand. I hope I could just live my last 3 weeks out in the hospital getting head from the nurses. It'd be so great. They'd know something was up when the damn visitors' chairs were piled up against the door. I would do it, man. I swear to God, that's what I'd do. And I'd be at the luxury and not worried about getting my ass kicked when the nurse's husband found out, because I'm an old man that's dying. It's going to be the perfect opportunity. See what I mean? With one bad thing opens up something good. It's kind of like the dead tree philosophy. Yeah. I've always wondered if that Viagra hard-on is... I wonder if that's much different than the blow-up pecker when you're a diabetic. Because if that's all you're doing and it's not feeling good, why bother? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that'd be my way of going out. No, I don't like Burger King. Not really. I'm gonna go in here and check my lottery tickets. I already stocked up for the Lotto 47. Again, Melodic, did you get your Lotto 47? Oh, no kidding, Virgil. Yeah, you blow it up. Diabetics, they can't get it. That's the first thing that goes. Type 1. You can't get a hard on. And a lot of them have blow up peckers. If I ever had to get that, I swear to God, I'd get a big old... I'd pay extra for like a big old Johnny Wad schlong. You need a damn Mack truck compressor to blow mine up. I'd blow that son of a bitch up, and it'd be like, wow. People would start running. I'd fill that fucking thing up with helium and just float out of the hospital parking deck. Yeah, they're kind of expensive. You can get different sizes. Well, I could tell you what size I'd get. Extra large. They'd say, oh, Mr. Reed, what size blow-up penis would you like to order? It's like the biggest one you have. Oh, shit. Fuck yeah. I hope I'd need just like a 6 horsepower compressor to blow that motherfucker up. I'd take the roof off my room. Yeah, Rachel. Yeah, that kind of shit. That's how I would think of it, LA. Shit, yeah. My dream would be to just get head from like 3 or 4 nurses at 25 grand a pop, because I'm not going to need the money, and just order some cans of helium, big ones, the big tanks like for circuses and shit. And after that happens, just bust the window out of my room and blow that big giant pecker up and just tie the sheets and make like a little basket and just jump out the window and fly up to wherever. That's how I hope my life ends. Then I hope it would just like crash somewhere where like starving animals could eat me. That would be so awesome. You know, the interesting thing about that is nice, and you guys know this is true. Everybody's got a price, and nobody wants to admit what it is, and it fluctuates. So even though that sounds like a crazy proposition, I guarantee if I'd say to the nurse, like, look, I only got 3 weeks to live. How much would it cost for some head? It's like, oh, I'd lose my job, and I'd never do that. It's like, well, how about $1,000? It's like, absolutely not. How about 5 grand? No way. 10 grand? What do you think I am? 20 grand? Let me think about. 25? When? Lock that damn door. Push those visitors' chairs up against there. Take that goddamn breathing machine from the next door neighbor who's on a ventilator and prop that up against the door. Let's party. I would do it. Shit, if there were guys out there that knew their wives could be getting 25 grand for a head, I think everybody'd be doing it. No condom. No. What I'd do is I'd carry around paperwork that I just got tested for STDs. That'd be out of network. I don't give a fuck what that cost. I'd say, draw this blood. I want to prove to these people that I don't have anything. And then I wouldn't want the rubber. I may even kick in another 5 grand for no rubber. And once I showed a medical professional, look, I just had this test 3 days ago. I've been on this goddamn deathbed, intensive care. I don't have anything. It'd be game on. So it'd be $30,000 for head. It'd be worth it. Everybody has a price. That's true, Stella. Yeah, it's true. No, I don't have a tripod, no. Yeah. Out of network, I don't give a fuck. When you're looking at the old Grim Reaper for real, it can all be out of network for I give a fuck. Where I have a problem with it is when I'm working 3 fucking bullshit jobs and I still can't keep up with my medical bills. That's the problem. When I'm on my deathbed and I liquidate my condo and I got a lot of money for head, I'm going with it. No, your husband's gonna look at you and he's gonna like, it's gonna be a joke. I'm talking about where it really gets down to the brass tacks. Tails? Okay, yeah, hey, it's an individual choice, you know? You see what I mean, Brandy? I mean, Robert Redford was in a movie one time, and I can't think about the name of it. It was a good movie, and basically, he was going around, offering guys $1 million to fuck their wives. I saw the movie. It was a long time ago. It was really good though, but it's an interesting proposition. I mean, forget all these fantasy books and all this make-up bullshit fiction. That's really something to think about. I mean, you women out there, you need to ask yourself, what's your price? You know how they have that commercial on TV, what's in your wallet? Well, what's in yours? What would you do it for? What's a dollar amount? Think about this seriously. You don't have to say it on here. God forbid, you certainly won't want to tell your husband. You want to look that motherfucker right in the eyes and say you'd never do it for any dollar amount. That's what keeps your marriage together. But with your own private thoughts that nobody's going to know, think about what you do it for. It's going to speak volumes about you. Indecent Proposal. Thank you. Yeah. If you've never seen that movie, it's definitely thought-provoking. Yep. Something to think about. Yeah, rain stops. Nice out now. The head nurse, yeah. It would be so great. Yeah. Now, you guys have to know, these aren't conversations that you're going to have with your significant other. There's always these things floating around the back of your mind that there's no fucking way you're ever going to admit to that. Hell no. I mean, if you tapped your husband on the shoulder and said, honey, I was listening to Tom Reed's chat today, and he really brought up an interesting subject. And he basically put out there what I'd give head to another guy for. And I never thought of it. And I was really offended when he said 300. Then he said 1,000. Then he said 10 grand. Bottom line is when we got to 30 grand without a rubber and he proved that he didn't have an STD, I thought I'd do it. And I just thought I'd let you know. Bad idea. Do not do that. Not good. You've got to have enough common sense to never discuss this with your significant other. This is private thoughts. Brain salad surgery. Thank you, Philip. Yeah, I'd be surprised. I would, but it's one thing to just talk shit over a couple beers at a table. Your relationship sucks. You're never going to have enough balls to tell him what dollar amount you'd give some head for. You'll never do it. If you did, I would think that's not too smart. He may laugh and say he appreciates your honesty and give you some fake bullshit hug, but that's going to bother the fuck out of him, so don't do it. Absolutely, Stella. Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Excellent. Yeah, don't do it. Yeah, it's something to think about. You'll really get more of an accurate depiction of you. No time to be judgmental. No. Yeah, it's interesting, yeah. It really is. You don't think you 30,000? How about 35? No, that's good, Melody. Yeah, women get pissed off at that shit, man. And, really it is kind of rude if you're dating someone, you're, ogling over some big pair of 44 double Ds sitting across from you and it's obvious. It's really not being considerate. It's your significant other deserves better. There's nothing wrong with being a gentleman. My advice is just tell her how much you love her, buy her flowers for days that are insignificant, give her hugs, show her that you appreciate her, and then when she goes to bed, beat your meat for 2 or 3 hours to Pornhub and never say a word. Oh, good, True Seeker. Yeah, you gotta learn when to keep your mouth shut. Hey, Days girl. You getting a little breath of fresh air, hon? Oh yeah, you gotta watch it, Carrie. It's not a good thing to bring up. It's not a good thing. There's just things that when you're in an intimate relationship, you don't want to really know the answer. It's like guys out there, for the guys that listen, start Start asking your wives and your girlfriends about how big the peckers were on their previous relationship and watch them get that puzzled look on their face. That old guy was sporting that 9.5 inch schlong that she thinks about every morning when she wakes up. She's going to get this puzzled look. It's like, it doesn't really matter, and I don't really remember, it's not important. The fuck it's not. You wait till she goes out to a male strip place with her girlfriends and they're drunk and talking. That's all she'll talk about. But they're smart enough to not tell you that when they're in an intimate relationship with you. She's supposed to come up and say, Melodic, you're a great guy. I love our relationship. I'm glad I met you, but you're never going to have a 9-inch schlong. She'd never say that, even if she feels that way. It's just part of the human condition. Yeah, she never will. And if she did, it would make you feel really bad, and she doesn't want to make you feel bad. But when she's talking to her girlfriends with a couple beers, she's missing that thing big time. Now, women will say, oh, you men, that's all you talk about is size. Yeah, it is. You know why? Because we know how important it is. I've overheard girls joking about relationships they've had and good-looking guys they've had. When they took their pants off, they had a hard time laughing because their schlong was so small. So don't tell me that size doesn't matter. That's a big fucking lie. All right, Diana. Think about what your price is. I have not seen Brittany, no. Nope. I've been up there too. A 14-year-old shot at some cops up there, right where I interviewed those women. The fuck they don't. That's a lie, Brandy. Oh, that's bullshit. Quit lying. They are, big time. Totally. $5.25? Sold. Daisy, you keep your alert. You keep alert, hon. Oh, Sharon, quit lying. Quit lying, Sharon. That's true. Yeah, if you ever looked at the old porns, like all those big dick guys like Tony the Hook Perez and Johnny Holmes, they never could get a good hard on. Just like when you get frostbite, they say that your body protects the important organs like your heart and your liver and your kidneys and that's why your fingers fall off and your toes freeze. That could be something like that with having a big dick. That if the blood went there like it should in a normal size schlong, you'd pass out every time. So that's nature's way of splitting hairs. You got a half hard on, but you're still standing up. Shit, man, I think I'm going to be a philosopher. I can't even see who's calling when this thing is on. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I've heard these stories before. Women will say, yeah, it's too big. But yeah, for every 100 women, there's always one that says it's too big. The other 99 are fine with it. I don't know. I couldn't see it. Didn't come up this time. Okay, CJ. No, they're not painful. Quit lying. You guys have you're so used to like automatically saying about pain and they're too big that you actually believe this shit. I want you to take 10 minutes today and really think this out, because it's not true. Quit lying. Daisy, you want a Whopper today, hon? Let me give you an example. When I was living down in Chicago, I knew a lot of young girls they worked at the gym, clerks, desk attendants, whatever, personal trainers. And we used to go over to this one girl's house that had this little Pugsley was the dog's name, a bull terrier, cute little dog. And there were always, we'd be over there drinking and cooking steaks out in the back and shit like that. It was a good time. It was like 5 years of nothing but fun. And there was a black guy that we knew from the gym, and this fucker had a cock that looked like it ought to be dangling on the bottom of a bull elephant. And everybody knew about it because the girls, and we'd get over there and we'd be drinking. This guy would come over there sometimes. And it was unbelievable that once these women got some alcohol in them, they all wanted to see this guy's cock. Now, that doesn't mean that they wanted to bang him, but they had heard about it and they'd never seen one like that. And that's all this fucking guy did for a couple hours, was show women when we were drinking and cooking steaks, his big cock. So that was enough of a litmus test for me to know that, women will say in the midst of a conversation, it doesn't matter, and size doesn't matter, and all this bullshit. But boy, hey, that was as good a test as there could have ever been. No shit. I knew it already, but that was a nice cherry to put on top of it. Yeah. That's right, Okie. Well, I think I'm going to sign off here, guys. This phone, I can barely hold it. It's so hot. And I know I've only got a little battery power left. I'm going to go in here and check this, my lottery tickets. I know I didn't win the big one, so I'm kind of half-assed about it. But if you live in Michigan, get a Lotto 47. You could win this tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, I'll be on a live later. Yep. Takes me about an hour to charge this phone up. Yeah, it does. Oh, quit lying, Sharon. Nah, she's tired. Yeah, I think I drank too much coffee, and I took a Claritin D, which got pseudoephedrine in it. Maybe that's it. I'm gonna make sure I take another one tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get Daisy a patty. All right, LA, good seeing you. Oh, hope you make it, Brandy. Get under that bed. That's right, Melodic. Yeah, well, I'll be on the night for sure. Yep. Yep. Rachel doesn't like the combo. That's all right. Come on, Rachel. Quit lying. All right, wee beast. You think that over, what we talked about. All right, True Seeker. Yeah, okay, Lisa. Yep. All right, CJ. Yep, that's your candidate, huh? All righty. You party on. All right, baby. See you, Sharon. Quit lying. See you, Melodic. I'll get her a Whopper. All right, Paul. Yep. Oh, that's okay, Black Magic. I want you to think about this. Just like the commercial on TV. What's in your wallet? I want to know what your price is. Thank you, Okie. Thank you. See you, Mark. You women really need to come up with it. Be true to yourself. Quit lying. All right, Rachel. Okay, Kimberly. Right on, Brandy. Okie's telling the truth. Okay, Kimberly. Yep. You guys take it easy. Well, they're lying, Rachel. I want this to be the chat of truth. I don't want you lying either, Rachel. Okay, hon. They're lying about size doesn't matter. Bye, Rachel. I'll be on, what time is it now? I'll probably be on like a couple of hours. Takes about an hour to charge this up. Yeah, baby. All right, Marnie. You guys have a good day. Think about it, Rachel. Yeah, I wish May was here too. where she's at. All right, Jenna. Get me that. Give me the. Tell me where Jenna Jameson's writing. I want to read some of that. Okay, guys. Okay, party on. All right, Daisy, you rock on. You booger king, honey. I can barely hold this phone. I think it's so hot I can't turn it off.